This is an embarrassing thing to admit out loud, but I've recently found a great guilty pleasure that I've been consuming like junk food. It's those ridiculously cringe podcasts where a few dudes, pseudo-intellectuals, bring on a bunch of women and have the worst debates of all time. It's a forsaken wasteland where normal thinking goes to die. A thunderdome of delusion. It is brain melting. It reminds me of those old PSAs for the dangers of smoking cigarettes, and they'll like open up someone's chest and be like, this is what your lungs look like when you smoke, and it's like yellow and oozing, covered in this like disgusting slime, and it's very fucking yucky. This is like that, but instead of showing you your lungs on cigarettes, it's your brain when watching this content, and it's fucking revolting. Like, it is actual brain rot, and I can't look away.
And goes into a marriage and has kids when they're like 18, 19, 20. And then a year into the relationship, it gets really, really abusive.
From who?
Would you... From both.
This is so rare.
Anyone
so
really.
Rare.
I mean, it happens.
Go on.
My point is, I'm just, yeah, even though it might be rare from what you guys think.
It is.
I already just find this painful. She's asking a very simple question and setting it up, talking about abuse. And already the dudes here are like, this is ridiculous. This is exceptionally rare. This is damn near science fiction. Abuse? Never even heard of it. That's like winning the lottery twice level of astronomical odds. Abuse is... it is very uncommon. Very rare. As a way of trying to like kind of shut it down already, like, you're choosing something very fringe and outlandish. Abuse is... it's like a unicorn. It almost doesn't exist. But anyway, crazy lady, go on with your hypothetical abuse thing, or whatever you called it. It's just trying to downplay it, which I think is just cringe.
If it would happen, what would you recommend for those people to do? Would they divorce, or do you want them to keep going in the relationship?
Keep going.
You can't divorce. I mean, that's not a real thing. You can like separate. See, his Catholic background shines through. He knows. You can't divorce. You can separate, but you can't actually divorce. That's not a real thing.
Even though it might be like physically abusive.
You got to endure. People are too.
You want to stick into the relationship.
People are just.
See, I mean, look,
people
I'm gonna be
nowadays
honest.
are just. Everybody quits. Everybody gives up. It's too hard. I'm this XYZ. This is why I'm special, so I can fuck up this entire situation based upon me being special.
The clown puts himself front and center here. You're looking at the chief entertainment for this episode. Fucking discount Walmart brand Sal from Impractical Jokers here. His name's Jonathan, and let me just tell you, he's got some opinions, and man, oh man, are they a stinker. So, the question is very simple. If there's an abusive relationship, an abusive marriage, should the marriage end? You know, if the woman is being abused, or even if the man is being abused. The woman who asked the question, her name is Melina, and she doesn't just make it exclusive to women getting abused. Men can also be victims of abuse, something that Jonathan heavily disagrees with. We'll get to that later on. But he is saying that, oh, if it's an abusive relationship, you have to endure. This is the problem with snowflake society now. Everyone's such a pussy, so they'll ruin a marriage because they think they're so special. You absolute fucking troglodyte. It's not about being special, it's about not getting beat the fuck up in a marriage. There's no excuse for abusing your spouse, whether it's physical or mental. Like, it's the most... There is a right answer to this question. And the answer is yes, the marriage should end if it's abusive. 100%. Whether it's the woman or the man being abused, it should straight up end. There's no enduring. This isn't one of those situations where it's like, you know, there's greener pastures once you get through a couple of the black eyes and broken bones. You know, my husband may have beat the fuck out of me a couple nights ago, but he also took me to a really fancy steakhouse and I had an absolute bangin' filet. So, you know, all of the abuse was worth it, and I'm a little happier today. It's ridiculous. This is honestly making me concerned. My heart is breaking for whatever woman he's in a relationship with. I'm imagining this guy treating relationships like it's Fight Club. If my partner can't roll with my knuckle sandwiches without crying about it and she wants to leave for it, well then good riddance to her toots. Jesus Christ, special snowflakes can't handle a few of my right hooks. Ridiculous. That's frightening. That is a frightening mentality. That you're telling someone to just endure physical or even mental abuse in a relationship and calling them like a special snowflake or a pussy if they don't. That's crazy. And also his cohort there, the goofball he's in cahoots with, who's like, man, divorce isn't real. Divorce is make-believe. It's hocus pocus. There's no such thing as divorce. Yes, if you're getting abused, you can't divorce, obviously. This is a wild episode.
And the reality is people just haven't learned to endure. There have been hard times in relationship. I'm sure you guys had hard times in relationship. Any relationship has hard times. Okay. And it is what it is. You need to push through and you need to endure, because we're in this abused? Hold on. Because we're in this situation now, like where everybody's just creating this like super nuanced, like 1% example of like, well, what if the kid's transgender, black, and abused, and he's a Black Lives Matter supporter? Like, cool. Okay. Yeah. I get like that one minute
but I'm asking
situation.
For anyone that might be in that situation, what would you recommend?
Okay,
endure.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what.
Endure.
I'll tell you what I would do.
A lot of diarrhea fell out of his mouth on this one here, so there's a lot to break down. He had an actual episode of psychosis there. He just started spitting shit that never even came up. It's a very simple question. It really wasn't nuanced. She just said, in an abusive relationship, should the marriage end? It really doesn't get more simple than that. A fucking child could understand the question. There wasn't anything about, like, all these nuance that you bring up. But anyway, Smash Mouth has his meltdown there for a second, but his message is still the same. No matter what, you gotta endure. You gotta endure the abuse. He even has the chutzpah to equate abuse to just a hard time in a relationship, as if it's just some little obstacle, little hiccup that every relationship goes through. Brother, abuse is not a hard time in a relationship. That is a fucking crime. That is when a relationship ends, should end.
I wouldn't want my daughter in that situation, quite frankly. And I understand the argument to endure, because I have people close to me who grew up in abusive households, and it lasted for periods of time, and it was a phase, and they endured through it, and they ended up raising healthy, successful families.
Their faces really tell the whole story here. This reaction's pretty on par with that statement. Abuse is not a phase. It shouldn't be a phase. This isn't a normal thing. There's no reason to start normalizing abusive relationships as something every couple needs to go through or will go through. Abuse isn't acceptable. Full stop. Like, that's where... This was a really easy slam dunk for these dudes to answer. Should a marriage end when it gets abusive, whether for the woman or the man? And the answer is easy. It's yes. A relationship isn't something where there should be an abusive phase. If there is an abusive partner, that partner needs to seek legitimate help and get help for controlling whatever violent urges or impulses they have. But that doesn't mean that the other partner needs to stay in the relationship while they're getting that help. Especially not if there's children in the household, because not only is it dangerous for the partner, it's dangerous for the kid to be around as well. I think it's very simple. I don't think it's that nuanced. Abuse just isn't acceptable. Like, that's a super easy thing for a normal person to answer, but we've cultivated this culture online where everything needs to be like a debate, even on the simplest topics. Like, you just saw Smash Mouth have that meltdown, like, oh, you're getting into all this crazy 0.1% example nuance of abuse and then all of these other factors, like, out of nowhere, when that wasn't even what was discussed. It is the easiest black and white question.
To an extent.
So you would say that families. To stick in those relationships that might be abusive to everyone involved and a child, if there's a child.
I'm not saying, like, hey, stick in the relationship and get the shit beat out of you by your husband.
I'm just asking you what you believe.
I'm just telling you.
Even if it's a small extreme thing, I'm just asking you what you think if you should stick in that relationship or not.
It is such an extreme example that I can't give a prescription for what other people should do. There is an element.
God damn it, it's not even an extreme example. If you just Google it for like 15 seconds, there's so many different studies conducted on the topic, and according to a lot of the different numbers, all of which are a little different, but most of them agree that at least 20% of all marriages are abusive at some point in time. And that's just in reported cases. Like, it's not an extreme example. It's really not. But even if it was, it doesn't even change the question. Like, even in the extreme example here, it's still a very easy answer that, yes, that marriage should end. There is a problem. Now, this guy here is trying to play nice with everybody, so he's like, oh, yes, even this goober over here talking about endure. I mean, there's almost an element of something salvageable of his point, when there's not. Like, there's no excuse. Like, you shouldn't be enduring abuse, like, under any circumstance, but he's really trying to give an olive branch over there for some fucking reason. But This guy is at least admitting, like, he wouldn't want his daughter in that. So he does outright say, like, yes, a woman shouldn't be getting the shit beat out of her in a marriage or relationship, and she should leave. He at least will concede that, whereas the other two guys still, for some reason, fight tooth and nail that, nah, there's really no reason to be leaving.
Like that.
Do you have opinions about third trimester abortion?
It's
Yes.
terrible.
Listen,
It's terrible. Look at how quickly you can debate it. Do you know how rare third trimester abortions are? They're also really rare, but you immediately had a visceral reaction to that, right? There are households where parents are abusive to children. Like, that's not like an unfathomable thing. But for you to have that immediate visceral reaction to a type of abortion, that's so incredibly rare. But then when it's
I
like,
mean, we're
well,
talking about like a guy like getting drunk and like, you know, beating
have to be
his
getting
wife
drunk.
occasionally versus like
I actually think that was a really good point from Destiny there. Like, you have a very quick reaction to another extreme example. Why do you not have that same energy when it comes to abusive households? And then the guy starts making some shit up like, we're talking about a guy getting drunk and maybe putting his hands on his wife. Where is that coming from? The question was so simple. They're making up like a whole fanfic plotline in their head about what was asked when it was really super simple. Abusive household. Should the marriage end? Like, I actually wonder if she had even just said something even more simple and broad, what the response would have been. If she had asked, do you guys think abuse is bad? I wonder what they would have said. I wager that they would have been like, okay, we need to define what abuse is because all of these special snowflakes have weird definitions for abuse. So let's start really getting into the nitty-gritty of what is abuse. Even though it's so easy, abuse is just bad. And an abusive relationship is bad. I don't know what's so hard about it. I don't know what's so hard about them just admitting that.
But well, okay, so
Yeah.
let me ask you guys, in the Catholic Church, I know that there's like annulments for marriages and stuff. Are there
That was a mistake.
Are there no exceptions for like if a guy is beating his wife constantly?
No, there are, but now
Or a woman could as well, right?
Hold on.
Well, there's
Yes,
also a
she could, but-
distinction drawn between
If a woman's beating a dude,
legal
that
Hold
guy-
on, hold on, guys.
Oh man, blubbery ass Jonathan there just got saved big time by the guy in the middle. He wanted so badly to say that if a man's getting beat by his girl, then he's a pussy or he's like a weak bitch or something. He wanted so badly to try and get that kind of bravado out there. Sad to see that this mentality still exists somehow, that men can't be the victims of abuse. I thought we got rid of that stigma years ago. Jonathan's supposed to be a men's self-help guru? How? Actually, how?
Divorces that are initiated by women, Brian?
78.
80%.
78.
80%.
80%. And what percentage of those women have college degrees?
Well, it jumps to 90% if they're college educated.
real.
Brian, please present the stats to the class. What percentage of divorces are initiated by women? 80%? Thank you, Poindexter, that's sickening. 90% if they're college educated? I rest my case. That's why I only marry 18-year-olds now. They're too young to have a college degree, thus they can't divorce me. What does this have to do with anything? Okay, so you don't want to marry college-educated women? You want to marry dumb women? Like, I don't know. What, you want to just marry a lobotomite sex doll? Cool, like, who cares? It doesn't matter. This has nothing to do with the core question anymore. It's gone fully off the rails and unhinged. They're so focused on picking apart divorce itself. So now they're spouting these stats and making each other mad. So one of the dudes is like, real. And then the other guy is taking a huge deep breath. Why, I oughta. Just hearing that number's making me mad enough to put hands on my spouse because she might have considered a divorce at some point. Like, it's ridiculous. This has nothing to do with what was asked.
They
Can
are
I ask-
extreme.
Well, I
I'll ask
agree- I
another-
agree with that,
I want to ask
but-
like one more scenario, okay?
Please.
What about if
I was giggling so fucking hard because you can hear, I'm pretty sure it's Jonathan go, oh, Jesus. When she says she wants to ask another scenario. Why are you even here? The whole point is to communicate with the women, your guests, right? To ask them stupid questions and shit. Like, if you're so bothered with them talking, what the fuck are you even doing there?
two people get married, they have a kid, and then the wife starts cheating? Do you think they should divorce?
Absolutely.
They should divorce then?
Jesus himself
You don't
said.
think
But it wasn't
Jesus,
illegal.
hold on.
Adultery.
Jesus
And you
himself
could like
said.
work things through, right?
Jesus himself said in cases of adultery, divorce is
So you think that
permissible.
divorce is worse than physical abuse?
For the
Or
children,
cheating, sorry. You think that
Cheating is
cheating is
worse
worse
than
than
physical
physical
abuse.
abuse?
for the
Sorry.
children, yes.
I actually let out a full belly laugh. So she brings up cheating and unanimously like, yes, obviously you have to divorce when the woman's being a whore. Well, if you've got a slut for a wife, you gotta fucking divorce that harlot, that harpy. Duh. Are you stupid, lady? Absolutely, you have to divorce there. After they spent like 6 minutes about, well, actually, divorce is one of the most evil things that can ever happen. Divorce is unacceptable. Physical abuse, okay, abuse, you have to endure because you can't divorce. But then when it's cheating, it's like, yeah, you gotta divorce. Jonathan even says crucifixion is warranted. I'm sure he's just being exaggeratory, but he does point blank say that cheating is worse than abuse for the kids, which is a wild take. Both are awful. Your father beating your mother or your mother beating your father in front of your kid is just as damaging as one of them being unfaithful. These are both horrible things, both of which should end in divorce. But for some reason, they seem to only have a real visceral response when it comes to cheating. And then the guy in the middle even gets immediately religious, like, well, in the Bible it says, you know, when cheating's on the table, that's when divorce is absolutely necessary. Well, what the fuck? The Bible also doesn't preach for beating the fuck out of your spouse either. I'm sure you can also divorce in a case like that, so why didn't we get biblical when abuse was brought up? Why did we start trying to justify different levels of abuse and it might be a phase where it's going to get better after and this and that? Dude even wove a whole fanfic about, like, we're talking about a man who gets drunk and maybe occasionally hits his wife. Like, what the fuck? Like, why are you making excuses for abuse and not for cheating all of a sudden, right? Like, and Melina even calls that out. She's like, oh, well, what about, like, working through it, or, you know, maybe the cheating's a phase. And like, no, absolutely not. Cheating is the end-all, be-all. This is crazy. Like, I was absolutely howling with laughter when we got to this segment in the podcast.
Absolutely
I think I'm not going to say this is worse.
Divorce is worse for the children.
I already said that if a woman's
Cheating,
getting abused, yeah, I think she should leave. Like, I mean, if it's a brief temporary thing, like,
What if it's mental abuse?
Okay, now
Do you think
less
if
cut and
it's-
dry.
if it's
You are
cheating and
setting
mental
your
abuse?
child up.
I think there's a small chance that Jonathan may have misunderstood the question. He may have thought he heard, is divorce worse than abuse? And that's what he was saying, that divorce is worse than abuse for the kids. Which is still a fucking stupid take, so I'm gonna tackle that one as well. What the fuck, man? You think that somehow kids witnessing their parents beating the shit out of each other is somehow less damaging than if they had just gotten divorced? You've got some issues you need to work through. My goodness. And then also, that lady that's behind them is saying that it's less cut and dry when it comes to mental abuse. Why? Abuse is abuse. What are you talking about? So far, up until this point in the episode, she hasn't said too much. She mainly just kind of agrees with everything the guys say. But she says it's less cut and dry when it comes to mental abuse, which leads me to believe that she thinks it should be cut and dry when it comes to divorce for physical abuse. But she didn't say anything. She didn't chime up and say, like, hey, I agree, the marriage should end then. She just stayed silent, because I guess she was just looking for things to fight them on as opposed to agree with, which I think is always such a weird component of these debates, where if you agree with your opponent, you're apparently losing, or you lose points by doing so, which is so fucking backwards. And that's why I think debates in general are kind of worthless, because it's never about changing someone's mind. It's always about just cementing your own beliefs and never faltering and never changing perspective on anything. So nothing good ever really comes from it, except for just general entertainment as a spectator. And this one had me giggling, so I wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. See ya. Oh, fuck yeah.
Guys, welcome back to another Gunner TV video.
From Reddit
Today,
mod
we're
to
gonna be talking
Alpha
about
Chad.
alphas, the faux hawk. It's the industry standard, really. Here's a thought
Wait, this isn't a faux hawk. This is a Ray hawk. I remember back in whenever the Rays were in the World Series for the first time, everyone in Tampa used to get this fucking goofy thing. Faux hawk, you gotta like spike that shit up. This is that Dark Souls 3 create a character preset hair stuff. Come on, man.
No in between.
Let me see that poster one more time. Who do we got? We got Jimmy Rex, the Bull. Oh, everyone else has dumb names. Fucking Tim Ballard. He went to the wrong place. Man was looking for the Discord mod get together. Tim Ballard is the goat, you fucker. We have some Tim Ballard stands? What does he do? Why doesn't he have a cool name like the Bull or Jimmy Rex? Let me see. I can say with a high level of confidence though, if Tim Ballard's one of the speakers at AlphaCon, Be Great or Be Nothing, probably not really like the fucking man. An anti-human trafficking activist and author, is that him? I can't tell, there's no picture here. I'll just assume it is. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. That's good. Coming out against human trafficking is always a good thing. Hey, I'll be brave. I'll give a hot take. Human trafficking? Bad. I don't like it. If there's any human traffickers in here, get on the straight and narrow, alright? I'm tired of it. Cut out that monkey business, alright? We don't We don't do human trafficking here, all right? Enough horseplay. Cut it out, Buster.
Corner telling you people are buying
sub
tickets
Aaron,
right
Shark
now.
and
Or
Tier
how
1
about the fact that
Ruction?
they were selling $500 virtual tickets all last month and only recently changed it to $97 in-person tickets? I would be absolutely enraged if I had spent that much money to watch a live stream of this shit show just to find out they changed prices and I can now go in person.
I think they're giving it away.
But as much as I would love to spend
I think
this
it's a great
video
price.
in fact, there's not even an itinerary of the event to view, and it's only 3 weeks out from happening. Instead,
My man, they can't spell itinerary.
specifically on each speaker.
That was
so they
outrageous
can
to
show
even
up for the
think
event
that.
Because you see, this picture clearly shows that his income is over $1 million. There's a dollar sign. It says income above it. His name on the account probably just got cropped out somewhere. That happens to millionaires a lot. How do I know? Oh, I'm a multimillionaire too.
What's up, you guys? If you haven't seen already, so you're living.
Hey,
under
you
a
better be
rock,
careful teasing the bull.
Has somehow, and I'm so grateful to all of you, and even Chris D'Elia is talking about AlphaCon 2022 coming up. So
Nothing's more alpha than getting everyone's name wrong. Isn't it Chris D'Elia? But fuck yeah, man. I imagine he was making fun of it. I'd never heard of AlphaCon, and I keep my finger on the pulse of all of this goofy shit. Was it really the #1 trend on Twitter? When I type in AlphaCon, the only thing that comes up are people on Reddit talking about how they believe it was a giant scam. So, I mean, I guess maybe it was trending. This has 900 updates. I mean, far be it from me to question the infinite sage wisdom of the bull here, Jeremiah the Bull Evans. But to me, it looks like the only things that come up when I look at AlphaCon are people talking about how it was a scam.
If you tripped and fell and people started laughing at you, do you get up and thank them for the free publicity but tell them, next time don't laugh? That was actually a serious performative fall and you're supposed to appreciate it. And you can buy tickets to me tripping and falling again next week. No, people are going to laugh because you're doing a funny thing. I don't care how many...
Don't you ever compare AlphaCon to
People
falling.
don't want to take advice from someone who
The only reason an alpha would
refers
fall
themselves as an
is
alpha.
face first into a
AlphaCon
vagina.
is a
Jeremiah Evans
Thanks for
also
being
has a
tier 2.
podcast because, of course, we all saw that one
Helix,
coming,
and
and
they give
it's
some
called
crisp.
The Bullpen. Gotta love that decor. We got a football, chess, an AK-47 whiskey bottle.
That's pretty
The
cool.
Bull has had many of the other AlphaCons.
Hold on, let's pump the brakes a little bit. This setup kind of fucking nice. AK-47 whiskey bottle. I might have to book tickets to the next AlphaCon, I'm not gonna lie to you. He's even made himself an Alpha record. Made himself a Giant X record too. I don't really know what it means. I'm sure there's like a sword undoubtedly forged in Mordor or something like super alpha. There's probably just pairs of panties all over the place over here from different women that he's taken into the office. And it's a cool setup.
My favorite mantra that I say every day is I'm a lover, I'm a leader, I'm a lighthouse. I'm a lover
What
so
does
that my
that
wife
mean?
always craves me. I'm a leader because, well, why wouldn't you want to be a leader? I'm a
Right.
lighthouse. We get to shine. Like there's these guys, they almost want you.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Keith, I'm sorry to hit you with the cold water. An alpha would never call himself a lighthouse because you shine. That is some beta 16-year-old emo poetry shit. My man, you gotta work on that. You're in the bullpen and you're calling yourself a lighthouse? You should have just walked in and bent over and let the bull fuck you. This is outrageous. What a poser. Where's your AK-47 whiskey bottle, huh, Keith?
And Keith Yackey wasn't just saying that creepy wife craving him all the time line just cuz. It's actually what he sells a course on. MarriedGame.com. Learn the one simple thing you need to do to get your wife back in the bedroom again. And then there he is.
Oh my god. Keith. Keith. This just screams I'm a cuck. Come on, man. Keith. You went into the bullpen and then released a "My wife doesn't want to fuck me anymore" book? Keith. Why is he speaking at AlphaCon? He's lowering my testosterone levels.
Maybe making fun of this is my bias. I'm 23. I don't have a wife, but selling.
Well,
a
you
course
could
to
if you
help other men
bought
fuck
Keith
theirs
Yackey's
seems
book.
like the wrong medium and probably the wrong focus too. Shouldn't the course be about saving a failing relationship? Because I think that's the main reason that the sex thing is a problem at all.
Now,
No.
friends
Hold on, I need to look at Keith Yackey myself. Keith Yackey, sex is just one big part of it, but I'm sure Keith tackles the entire relationship. Keith Yackey. Oh, here we go. Keith Yackey has been he made a whole lore of himself. From The Business Called You. Keith Yackey has been a pastor. He's dated porn stars. He's created a multi-million-dollar empire and promised himself that when he could, he'd share the principles that made it all possible, even the dating the porn star thing. Available to as many as possible. He's got a purpose and a passion, and you're going to hear it all on today's episode of the Business Called You podcast. I feel like Keith wrote that himself. He's been asked to speak on stages with the biggest names ranging from music superstar Pitbull, Tony Robbins, Gary Vee, Russell Brunson, and Lewis Howes.
And she's looking at me and tapping me under the table and saying, hey, listen, when we get out of here, you know, we're doing it in the car. From totally gone to doing it in the car.
Keith, you dirty dog.
Damn, he's getting hard.
Your wife is going to be blowing you in the middle of a Ruby Tuesdays. That is my promise to you. And with powers like that, it's no wonder
What a deal.
that Keith Yackey got the AlphaCon invite. Diesel Brothers on the Discovery Channel, owner of One Mission Nutrition, FitCon Expo, and author of The Divorce Handbook. Of all things,
Yeah.
The Divorce Handbook, all caps, like he's particularly excited about it. Divorce! Let's go!
It's more like he's
Get
mad
ready to
about
file
it.
that paperwork. Custody battle for the kids. Intense stress getting back into dating. Fuck yeah. $850,000 for violating the Clean Air Act over 100 times. That is
that's alpha shit,
following
yeah.
environmental government compliance laws.
That's pussy shit.
We're literally called the Diesel Bros.
He's rolling coal.
Diesel it up. I mean, for Alpha's sake, look at the first thing he reads every morning. If you don't kill it, your family won't eat. That's facts. Really?
No fucking way. This is something I've always noticed about alphas. They live their lives like actual high school girls. Putting words on your wall that are supposed to be like inspirational, but then like putting your man spin on it. If you can't handle me at my worst, you don't deserve to have me kill your deer. It's like, it's so weird. The Divorce Handbook, because you're not a pussy. Joker quotes, oh true. Fuck the fucking fuckers before the fucking fuckers fuck you. This video slaps, not gonna lie. I told you, man, I recently found this guy's channel. I think he's great. Gunner TV. Fucking criminally underrated. I saw his Jack Manley video, and then I saw he made something on AlphaCon, which I'd never heard of, and so far, this is some fire.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Get hired to speak in an event, get pictures and videos of you doing so, and then use those to promote and get hired for more speaking events. And repeat this cycle enough, and eventually you're gonna get hired to speak at an event with a dumb fuck name and premise, like AlphaCon.
Hey, let's not get carried away, alright? AlphaCon is a great goddamn name. Andrew Cordell. This guy actually does kind of look like Samwise Gamgee. Andrew Cordell. This is such a flattering picture of him when you Google his name. It's like he's about to judge your dish on MasterChef. This just sent me to a non-existent, not secure GoDaddy website. Thanks, Andrew. What does he do? I just want to see what he does. It's a giant fucking nothing burger of information. I guess I'd have to watch one of the videos. Let me see. Okay. Gunner TV wasn't wrong. The videos just do not work, nor do they exist. Not a single one of them work? This is the guy that's going to take my business and turn it into an empire? A guy who can't even check to make sure his own videos work on his website? Want to learn the secrets to systems and processes that successful empires have been using for decades? Is it placating the audience? Like, just giving them nothing? Business isn't doing so hot. Andrew Cordell is my last chance. Time to apply. So it looks like he's done something kind of smart where he doesn't put the absurd price of his teaching publicly. So it looks like I would have to apply. I'd have to have a conversation with him, and he'd tell me what I owe him. Like, even just having that phone call, he'd probably bill me like 20 grand.
What's up, guys? It's Gunner, the Monster Cock TV. Yes, I own every car here. If you guys haven't heard yet, GunnerCon 2022 is coming up. It's all about
now that's the real alpha shit.
Business growth and growing your business. And you know what? It is about being a gunner. The world doesn't want you to be a gunner, but a gunner is strong, a gunner is cool, a gunner is smart. Look, guys, I don't want to oversell this event, but it's going to be...
Now tell me how to fuck my wife.
It's going to be tantamount to the emancipation...
Otherwise, I'm going back to Keith Yackey at AlphaCon.
It's going to be tantamount to women's suffrage. It's going to be tantamount to something big. And we've got a lot of great speakers this year. We've got Gunner, then Gunner, followed by Gunner about 7 more times, and then Keith Yackey. He's not
yeah!
Well, that's the end of the video today,
what the fuck?
Chief. If you liked it, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as well as follow me on the old gram. And in the comments, don't forget to leave stunt suggestions, guys. I am out of stunts. I need new suggestions.
Thanks, Aloha.
Please do that. Thank you. With that all said, good day. My time is money. I got to get out of here and make sure this number keeps going up.
What a fucking banger. And thanks to the Prime Gunner. Criminally underrated. Criminally underrated. I hope you and your girlfriend are happy. Well, now we are after I watched the little AlphaCon. Now I know what she needs. She needs seminars on business growth, sports card pack openings, and also she needs to tell me that we have to fuck at a restaurant. So, now I have every tool I need to make sure it stays a happy relationship. I am so tardy to the party on this subject, and I'm downright ashamed of myself for being this late. I need to be more educated on alpha male boot camps because this is glorious. A lot of YouTubers have talked about this recently. It's called the MDK Project, the Modern Day Night Project. And basically, you pay $18,000 to spend 3 days getting blasted with a hose and digging your own grave while being yelled at. But you know what? Let's go ahead and hear them out. How much does this project cost? The project is $18,000. However, this is not just for the 75-hour experience, but also a 12-month in-depth coaching and mentorship program that focuses on developing an even higher level of personal excellence, self-mastery, leadership, and even more financial freedom. More like the lack thereof financial freedom, $18,000 in the shitter for this, and all you do is get a monthly Zoom call with some goofballs that'll just bestow upon you the wisdom of drop shipping. But, sorry, there's still a very important sentence here. But the cost of not experiencing the project and mastermind and not becoming the leader, husband, and father you're meant to be is much more expensive in the long run. I'm convinced. Sign me up. I'm losing money by not investing in this course right now. $18,000 to get shot with a hose sounds pretty good when they put it this way. Because I wasn't thinking long term, right? It's $18,000 now up front into their piggy bank, but think about 10 years from now. It's going to cost me so much more money by not having that experience, because then I'm not going to be the leader and husband I was meant to be. Because as a leader and a husband, you're always getting hit with hoses. So we need to learn how to defend ourselves and how to become a real man. And the only way to do that is by taking this 3-day course where you just get waterboarded and yelled at. And also the Zoom call is a nice cherry on top. Who doesn't want a monthly Zoom call with the boys, especially when they're as successful as these gentlemen here? Look at this star-studded cast of superstars. World champion athletes, special operation vets, world-class thought leaders. Which, by the way, I love that term, a thought leader. I think about success. I'm one of the best people in the world at thinking about being successful. You need to learn from my thoughts. I know it has a real definition, but it's still so fucking goofy that they advertise that here. And of course, 8 to 9 figure generating entrepreneurs. And also, the head honcho is going to share with you the same empire building strategies that he used to create multiple 7, 8, and 9 figure companies from the ground up. I'm just going to go ahead and tell you the Krabby Patty secret formula even without investing the $18,000. Hopefully this doesn't get me sued. I imagine those galaxy brain lucrative strategies all revolved around taking advantage of desperate, vulnerable men that are willing to pay $18,000 to LARP as some kind of soldier for 3 days under the impression that it's somehow going to make them a better man or a more financially successful one. I'm just spitballing. I'm sorry. I don't mean to break the magician's code, but I think that's probably how he generates so much money, is by exploiting that desperation. These men are sadly the coin block, and he is Mario, constantly jumping up to pop a few extra coins out of there. He is selling to your insecurities, and you're buying in a big way. He's making a ton of money off of this shit. But you know what? Maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe he's got a good heart here, and the lessons at the MDK program are invaluable. So let's go ahead and take one of their big selling points of the 3-day experience that's going to shatter your self-doubt and limiting beliefs, gain clarity in your life's work and purpose, heal from trauma that makes you feel broken and unworthy, and dig deep into your past to uncover the experiences holding you back. Let's see how they help tap into that and help you heal from trauma, for starters.
Shut up! One more fucking word, you're gone! I'm not fucking around! Shut up! Stop rolling your fucking eyes! Stop asking for fucking electrolytes! And be a fucking man! I don't give a fuck what you do when you're home. You are not impressing me here with your little fucking machines and shit. You're good because you have all these fucking comforts. Shut the fuck up and be a team player and go fucking join your team. You say another fucking word, you're gone.
That just healed my trauma witnessing that. That was worth every penny of the $18,000 to go there and get fucking yelled at for I don't know what. Talking about some kind of machines. I don't know if this guy was building drones. He must be like Jimmy Neutron with all kinds of inventions that he's letting loose at the facility. I don't know. I don't know what he was getting yelled at because it wasn't very clear. He just keeps telling him to shut up even though the guy hasn't said a word or anything at all. He's just standing there taking it.
Look at his shirt. Are we lying? It's just water, Kowalski. Stop being a little girl.
The more you do it, the more you're gonna fucking get it.
Get the fucking down. It's water. You were just in the fucking ocean. This is fresh water. You grew up doing this as a kid. Everybody on your feet! Yes, instructor.
I don't know why they're so fixated on water. I think they just saw that in an action movie one time and were like, damn, we've got to integrate this into the program. Because like half of the clips they showcase is just them spraying the people with hoses. And then like occasionally pseudo waterboarding them. Imagine paying $18,000 to get waterboarded. What an experience. And also half of these videos just have them laying on the ground, either crawling around or just getting sprayed with water, or having them get hit with waves in the ocean as they lay on the beach. Like, they are laying down more often than a vampire in a coffin. Like, what is this supposed to teach you? They just to lay down and take punishment forever? And we're also going to yell at you because fuck you, but thanks for the money. This is basically just teaching you when the going gets tough, lay down and give up. And do it with a smile on your face and no money to your name. It all runs so counterintuitive to like this perception of what a man is. Like, I feel like it's just the guys behind this program really have some kind of fetish for humiliating dudes that pay them or something. It's kind of like pay piggy behavior, but amplified. So they just bring these guys out who are desperate and wanting to better themselves, and they just degrade them and call it beneficial somehow. Hey, lay down, and then occasionally carry this block of wood on your back and, like, walk a mile or so. That does nothing. And they keep framing it like,
It's when we have to go fight another war. What happens when your wife or your kid needs you?
what are you gonna do when a war comes? What are you gonna do when a bad guy's about to kill your wife and son? Well, jinkies, zoink Scoob, with all the lessons I've learned at the MDK program, I'm just gonna lay down on the floor and wait for him to kill them, and then me, and I'll do it with a smile on my face and tell him thank you on the way out, I guess. Because that's all you're fucking teaching! I had to mute this audio because it was copyright, but it's just the same old hoopla everyone's heard a million times. Your wife didn't marry a boy, she didn't want another son, she wanted a man. And to be a man, you gotta be confident, you gotta be capable, courageous, you have to have the ability to protect them by any means necessary. And of course, you've always gotta be prepped for the worst case scenario. The worst case scenario is draining $18,000 from the joint bank account to go behind your wife's back for a little 3-day excursion field trip with your boys, pretending that you're getting some kind of valuable lesson on being a real man. That is the last thing your wife is gonna want. Like, he's saying all of this on top of footage where one of the students is digging his own grave. That's one of their, I don't even know what to call them, exercises? It's not an exercise. Playtime activities? I don't really know, but it's on their rubric, I guess, because they go out there and they dig their own grave. Here's footage from like a little documentary they made about it, and I'm going to have to admit to a mistake here. When I recorded it, I forgot to mute my mic, so as I'm watching it, you're going to hear me giggle a few times when one of the founders goes in and bestows upon us some sage wisdom.
Out there, fatigued, tired, exhausted, digging their own grave, laying down their body bag that we supply them, going in it, we zip them up and we throw a few shovelfuls of dirt on top of them so they feel the weight of the earth. You start kind of going through a checklist.
Yeah, the first thing on that checklist should be never wasting money like this again. I've really fucked up with this. How does this help you be a man going into a body bag as they shovel dirt on you? Everyone knows they're going to die at some point. This isn't some kind of enlightening, shocking experience that's going to be like this eureka moment where they turn their whole life around. They paid $18,000 to lay in a body bag as a bunch of goofballs dump dirt on them. Yippee! Yee-haw!
And the thing I thought of was that dash that separates my birth date and my death date on my tombstone. And in fact, that dash is the only thing that matters. That dash is the only thing that matters, because what you do between your birth date and your death date is the impact that you left, the significance that you had, the legacy that you built.
No shit! That dash is called living! He's trying so hard to be deep. He was trying to find something profound, and he's like, birth, death. But what about the in-between, the dash? Wait. That's where life was. And that's where you start to think about your legacy. Like, obviously! Oh my god, yes! That dash is when you were alive. You were born, you died, and in between, you lived. So fucking obviously that's what you're going to think about, is the time you were alive. He is saying nothing. You were paying $18,000 to this malfunctioning chat GPT-brained loser.
Cleansing your soul right now, gentlemen.
Fucking paid for this. You want to be here. This is where you want to be. Put your head down and quit.
Put your head down or quit. Get it back. Put your head down or quit. You know what? Stand up. Stand the fuck up.
Hey, don't break your chain. Hey!
This program seems more like it's mermaid training, like trying to teach them how to become fish people like Atlanteans. It's so water-focused for some reason. It's like all they have over there, I guess. So here they're just laying on the beach, letting the waves crash in on them, and they like to remind them that they pay for it, just to further humiliate and degrade all of the students here that signed up for it. And then, of course, they're all locking arms because that's a sign of the brotherhood, I guess. They do that for a lot of their activities. So get up, but don't break the chain because that means you hate your fellow men or something. It's just so goofy and sad. I legitimately feel bad for the people that are dumping $18,000 to do these courses because they are vulnerable men that are getting preyed upon by con artists. This is not anything that is going to make anyone more successful, stronger, or better. This is just $18,000 you wasted. Now, of course, it's not easy. I'm not making the claim that it is. But you know what else isn't easy? Getting waterboarded. But you know what it doesn't help you do? Be more successful. Just because something's hard and you do it doesn't mean that you benefited from it. You know what else was hard? When I sprained my ankle and then still decided to play basketball anyway. And you know what? I played the worst game of basketball of my life. I shouldn't have played in that game. And that's a lesson I learned. Like, hopefully all of these students will going forward, that what they experienced wasn't easy. Getting blasted with the hose, being pseudo-waterboarded, endless amounts of just nonsense, just to be uncomfortable for the sake of being uncomfortable, accomplished nothing and did nothing to improve their life. They just wasted money. And there's so many courses and so many guys just like this that keep exploiting these insecurities right now to make money on the back of men that are just really trying to find ways of bettering themselves. It's fucking tragic, honestly. It really is rough. So, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit. That's it. See ya. Almost a year ago now, I covered a TikTok alpha male who has one-on-one courses for up to like $3,000 or something like that, but he also has video seminars for the low price of $200, given the keys to the Bugatti basically for free. And he teaches you how to be a chick magnet, how to walk down the street and just get pelted by sodden panties from women finding you irresistible using his seduction techniques. And I was making fun of him for some very silly shorts that he was posting, and he didn't like it very much, and swore that if I'd give him a chance, he'd blow my mind because he has a harem of women. He touts that he's had like 100,000 Tinder matches in 2 years, which is a stat that, I mean, not even Wilt Chamberlain's 100-point NBA game can come close to. Dude allegedly gets more ass than a toilet seat while looking like he spends most of his days just moderating subreddits. He also claims to have 7 active girlfriends on his roster, so he basically lives the anime harem lifestyle, all according to him. And then one video he posted on TikTok where he has girls like dancing with him and he's like doing this, hitting like Fortnite emotes while they're hanging out, and then he kisses one of them. That's his like, you know, dunk on the haters video. So I got my friends together and said, boys, let's elevate our pussy game. So we purchased his course just to see, you know, maybe he's telling the truth. Maybe he really does have it all figured out. He's living life on recruit difficulty. He's got the cheat codes activated and he cannot stop slamming ham. We're about to find out. Do these guru courses actually offer anything helpful? Do we rip the Alpha Dom class?
Alpha Dom sounds amazing. An actual? Oh, there's a book your coaching intro call today.
Yeah, but he has video courses.
It's only $200
with over 100K Tinder matches
in just 2 years.
That's not
wow.
That's not good.
Well, it's also not true.
Got over 1,000 women in his dating lifestyle, and multiple women currently with him.
Like while he's writing this.
Yeah, they're sitting there watching.
Okay.
Exact one. I think emotional connection is an important thing, but your fact, being dominant, having cocky funny, understand the balance between humor and arrogance.
You heard him.
I want cocky funny.
Cocky one.
Being coy. Constantly answering. Like, if a girl walks up to you like, hey, what do you do for work? My go-to is, I'm an ass model. I have a beautiful ass. Well, I work as a astronomical physicist. No one gives a fuck. Just stop. Just go down.
An astronomical physicist.
Keep in mind,
This dude's
huge.
This guy's awesome.
And, like, tries to pick up girl. Like,
he's so good. Okay. Did you accept the registration?
Why did we even buy it? I just learned everything.
Well, so I'm so curious what his course is. So he swears that the people that pay him $200 are getting laid out the wazoo.
All right.
He swears it.
You gotta beat him off with a stick.
And then no caps. Password 1.
We're gonna let everybody.
But no, we're giving them access.
Shit,
There's gonna be no women left.
Oh no, my wife.
All women are bad.
Conflation. Physical.
Well, you're jumping the gun, Matt.
I just want to know what a first class woman is. Sorry.
Intro.
Intro. We have to see the intro.
Brain. What she was doing was putting her shoe back onto her foot. Okay? That is a very big sign because now she's not soothed at all. She's a little uncomfortable and she's getting ready. She's preparing for if she has to flee. Okay?
He's talking about
learning a bunch of stuff.
He's talking about signs that a woman's about to flee. So we haven't gotten there yet. But I'm excited for that chapter.
Couple videos in my car. I'm hoping that by the end of this video course that I won't be doing it in the car. But hey, you're used to me.
Spoiler alert, he left ahead and he never gets out of his car.
So, it is what it is. I might switch these out eventually. Might make much better versions. You're always going to have access to it, especially if you are. I kind of want you to visualize this giant stone bowl. Okay, maybe it's like the size of the Grand Canyon. That's all your relationships. That's all your jacking off, all that, your porn habits, all this stuff, all the beliefs you've heard about
Put them in
relationships,
the bowl.
every single ex that you've
Do
had. It's all in this huge pool. And the pool is just rancid, right? And the society really makes sure that most guys pool. In order to get to the place where I'm at currently, you need a little trickle to come out of that bowl, okay? And then it needs to cut through, and it needs to make a stream first, and then it'll make a river, and then it'll make a canyon.
Stupid.
Okay? And once you're at that canyon,
All right, I'm ready to stop.
I have a quick question.
Let's move on to the next one.
About his set here. Where do you think the car is, first of all? And second, why is his seatbelt on? He's not going anywhere.
Safety, Danny.
Come on, Danny. I can't believe you would question an alpha male like him.
It's because I haven't established my bowl yet. I'm not.
Your rancid
my
pool.
jizz bowl is still full of nastiness.
My cup runneth over. I need him to come trickle in the stream and fresh water.
A trickle and then a stream and then a river.
Yeah.
Rip it out. The belief that women are all bad, or even Western women are all bad. That is incorrect.
Whoa!
There are plenty of men who are just like me that, well, maybe a little bit less than, because I go pretty hardcore into this, but that get as many women as they want. Other things. When you have this viewpoint that all women are bad, you are going to... What's the best way for me to put it? The other reason why this is bad is because if you
what the fuck?
believe that in your mind, if you believe
what happened?
The car's starting to light on fire.
We're not
She's going to feel that, right?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, there we are.
It was like a magic trick. A puff of smoke just happened.
And this is one of the big things I'm scared about with my program is I'm going to teach so much psychology and so much power that some guy may possibly abuse it, and I'm worried about that. That's how powerful psychology and body language and facial expression and everything is, okay?
I'm cocky funny, how to use it. He's really got to stop acting like that's real grammar.
Well, that's what he calls it. He calls it.
He uses cocky funny.
Yeah, he's a cocky funny jutsu master. Yeah, we can
learn about hoflation.
Yeah, hoflation's important. We can learn about that.
This is like going to school.
Yeah, but for pussy.
To attract women and to keep women. That's just how we are, let's be honest, okay? It's one of the things that I had to work on because I'd get in a relationship, get really good, get really busy, and then I would distract, I would switch my viewpoint on either one of the new girls that I was trying to train in my ranks, or I'd switch it to my business. It's about balance.
One of the new girls I was trying to train in my ranks.
Whether it's going to the gym, whether it's building a business, whether it's building, ranks like the girls that I have because I have multiple, or it's just one girl. You have to put effort. And that's what I always tell people. The issue is with the internet, with computers, with phones, a girl has a shit ton of options. So what happens is she'll meet somebody like your great-grandfather, and then she'll meet a guy like me.
Your
and a guy like me.
Not really my great-grandfather.
Okay? And once you're done with learning from me, you'll know what works too. So that's the big discrepancy. It's not that all women are bad. It's just that girls are looking for the best that they can get. And if you don't know how to attract a woman and you don't know how to create feelings, and I got to tell you, being able to do what I do outpaces money, outpaces looks, and everything else. Have a guy that teaches her how to make her own money and build something like a business or something like that, and the guy still has like connection and build attraction in her, then she will ever like a guy who just pays her shit. Okay?
Does anyone think?
Is how it is. Almost all my.
Is there anyone out there? Like, I guess I'm not a huge hoflation conversationalist. Is there anyone out there that thinks, hey, to get a woman, I just keep giving her money forever?
The thing is, I think yes.
You think so?
The answer to that is yes.
But
like, this isn't new stuff. It's like,
no.
If you just keep giving her money, she doesn't really love you.
I was gonna say,
Like,
this
who's that
feels
news
like
to?
a guy who realized girls like
emotions and
yeah,
love.
like being attracted to
saying
somebody.
girls is even like just people like emotions, and he's starting to be like, I got a cheat code, guys.
I've got something crazy.
Told my girl she's beautiful.
And she smiled.
She liked that
She
more
liked
than me
that.
giving her a $20 bill.
I feel like he's you said it, like he's almost on this fence where you're like, come on, but like you're almost there.
Well,
you're almost getting it. Like
Also,
girls
I'm going to say it. This video wasn't about hoflation.
It wasn't
Yeah,
at
that's
all.
a misnomer.
I
He
think-
like mentioned the word and then he just went off on a money tangent.
Look, we've seen the smoke rising from his pants. This is all in the same sitting. He's just kind of ranting and then cut it into part. We paid I paid $197 for this.
Yeah.
They didn't get to see that. Charlie put it on my credit card, but I don't even know how.
That's hoflation.
That is hoflation. My great grandpa didn't have to worry about that.
Very clearly undergone red pill coaching.
I feel like he took other classes and was
Yes.
like, wait, this isn't working.
That's
Like,
exactly what happened.
and then he like got a girlfriend one time because he was a human being to her.
Yep.
And he's like, hang on, I know
I
know
get
how to
this.
actually do this.
I think he's so close to understand. I'll say what he says, that females, which anytime somebody
I
calls
know,
all
that's
girls
always
females,
rough to hear.
He's almost there to understanding females are human beings.
Yeah, it's
Like,
close.
he's right
It's like
there.
on the
there.
cusp.
Yeah, like he's so close, and I'm proud of him for almost getting there.
Yeah, as far as $197 courses go, could have been worse. Could have been worse.
And we're only
The girl of your dreams is rare. Nope, it's not. The girl of your dreams is not rare, and here's why. There are plenty, and I mean plenty. I mean like literal metric shit tons, and they're tilted off center, off orbit, and they're not quite right, but they're good girls inside. They just need to enter a frame that's correct, and then they immediately fix. And that's most girls. Sorry to let you know. Here's the thing: most girls like being disciplined, being corrected, and like being put in their place. I will tell you that just right. And maybe this will be on NBC one day where they're crying and saying I'm abusive and taking it out of context, but that is the reality. That's what girls like. And when they enter your frame and they step out of it, or they shit test you, or they get really super disrespectful, and you snap them back into line, whether it's something like, hey, if you do that again, I'm done with you, or I won't put up with that. Or
Dude,
bend them over
let's
your knees
pause
and
real
they
quick.
smack 'em-
I feel like
there's a lot to dissect
yeah,
here.
I feel like he goes through these episodes. So like when he was in the smoking car with button down homecoming gown, he was more relaxed. Like women like love.
Yep.
And being treated like people. And here he's like, women like to be put in their place.
This morning he woke up to find out one of his 7 girlfriends left.
Yeah.
And he was like,
well, no, she exited his frame.
Right.
Oh, the
Did
frame.
we miss the part where he described
that's-
what a frame
if you
is?
I was about to say, there's a lot of stuff. He's talking about shit testing and entering frames. That's in the blue lesson. Ready, go.
on the butt. That's usually you want to do that consensual with BSM, but
what?
Sometimes girls like a good smack on the butt to put them in their place. Then you have all the guys that they've been with that have been teaching them
about this slap on the butt.
Together. And different versions, right? There's different versions of a guy having shit together. For me, I don't go to the gym, so I'm not saying all guys shouldn't go to the gym, but a guy that understands attraction
Okay,
and
hang
goes
on.
to
You
the
talk
gym
about the seat
has
belts
his shit
more.
together.
It's also not really on. Look, his seat is like he like is all the way back.
Yeah,
because
it's like
look,
off
it's like
his
not
body.
actually on
Well-
him, but it's strapped in.
So here's the thing.
So he slid his chair all the way back to do this.
I was gonna say he put it into like business mode. So I feel like you could have just taken the seatbelt off too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, why? Why is it?
Also, we're
clipped
entering
in?
the section where he's saying, so he was like, guys who have their shit together, and he was like, and there's many different ways. Like me, I don't go to the gym.
Yeah. Well, when you're this psychologically powerful,
Right,
he's like
that's true.
he's Professor X a pussy. Like this guy, he's like in the female mind.
He's worked out his brain.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
because
he
he's all
broad.
about being different, and all
Right.
the other guys go to the gym.
You have your emotional control, girls kick and poke you and hit your buttons and shit test you, and you're just a silly little brat. Like that to most of the things that they do, you stand out. You're a rarity. Because most
wow, I'm getting a call. Spam risk. Let's see if I can get scammed.
Maybe it's him.
Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey there, this is Chloe. You're doing all right?
Yes. How are you, Chloe?
That's good to hear. Do you currently have Medicare Parts A and B?
No.
Unfortunately, you don't seem to qualify for the plan that
Wait,
we have.
I want to.
I do have it.
Oh, what the? I can't even get scammed.
That's hoflation.
That's
Chloe. She's not.
That's
a bad woman. That is a bad woman.
That's fucked
My
up.
great grandfather would have hated Chloe.
Does that
It's gonna be how
Wait.
nice guys are bad.
Age.
Oh, this is important.
Is this gonna be like optimal? Oh my god.
Oh, is that even him? It looks
He
like
flipped the camera because he's on the other side.
From my angle, he looks like Paul Giamatti.
He does look a little bit like Paul Giamatti.
This looks like on the old creepypastas. It's like a Papa John jump scare. I really want to see Nice Guy.
All right,
Yeah,
we can
just
watch Nice Guy.
just briefly,
Yeah,
briefly.
Nice Guy. Oh
and
my
look
God,
how
we're in
look
a different outfit.
Look how nice he looks.
He does look like a nice guy.
That's a nice guy.
Like he does look like a nice guy.
All right, I'm changing speed.
that maybe it's only the colored hair that gives you the sense that they might be unstable. But if you behave the way I do, you bust their balls, you're cocky, but you also have a mixture of funny in there. You fucking don't give a fuck about them shit testing you. You push it right back and give it right back to them and put them in their place. That is going to be a world different than the guy that's constantly nice and saying sorry or like, oh, I didn't mean to offend you. I'm almost borderline rude when I talk to girls, and girls fucking love it.
I don't believe that.
Guys constantly cater, bend, and simp to them, and there is a giant chunk of their female mind that says this is not how it's supposed to be. You ever hear girls talk with each other where they talk about how a guy, oh, he's nice, well, he buys me things, and he takes me out to dinner, he's like a brother to me, he's like a friend. That thing, the friend zone, but it's even worse because she's off talking to her girlfriends about you instead of talking about how pathetic you are, but she's trying to be nice about it. Girls don't do that about me. Girls, when they have conversations,
they just don't talk about him in general. So much better.
Right back. He'll bust my balls. He'll fucking pick and make fun of me. He doesn't give a fuck. Does the average guy know how to have multiple girls and hold them for years and years while collecting more? Yes, I said collecting. And my girls are all perfectly fine with me using that term. So, are there guys that can pull off what I pull off? No.
I want him to do one of these with all of his girls in the car with him.
I do
because I
too.
want to
So,
see their reaction.
Interestingly enough,
to the words that he is saying. out loud.
he did a video to prove the haters wrong that he has kissed a girl before. In fact, he even pinned it. Watch this.
Whoa.
Back to me become the man I am today. I would say I lived a lucky life if I didn't know how much work
This sounds like he's about to die.
It is.
being able to do this.
What? I don't know. That was really creepy. It's getting creepier.
What?
Because you've been pipe fed down your throat. All this bullshit about women and dating. Maybe in 2025, you'll see it differently. Merry Christmas.
That couldn't have ended any better. That was incredible. Wait, let's see.
that.
I'm gonna go to feet and legs part 1.
Yeah, we can go to
Does
feet
he
and legs.
give examples?
So this first section was all about limiting beliefs, and I was actually very surprised because the way he talks on TikTok is very different than his courses. So he was saying, like, thinking all women are bad isn't good, and hoflation isn't real. And then in the same breath, in the same section, he would still talk about, like, how you need to put women in their place and discipline them and don't let them into your frame, which I never really fully grasped what he meant by that, like talking about his frame. Like, when a woman tries to get in my frame, and I'm in this frame of a woman, like, I don't really know what he's referring to unless he's really just a huge fan of fucking Warframe or some shit. And then he would also, like, make it like these huge eureka moments where, you know, women like talking about emotions, so we should listen to that sometimes. And then also still, like, be like, and then we have to put her in her place. So he kind of, like, teetered on this edge of almost understanding that women are human, but he'd get close. He'd, like, poke at it a little bit, tickle it, like, these female creatures, they're almost like us. They're almost, you know, sentient beings that like to talk and like to communicate with us, and sometimes it's worth to listen. conflict resolution. Well, he's big on putting women in their place. Is his resolution like, all right, come over my knee? I'm curious.
Let's listen to conflict resolution.
So we're telling on 4. Active listening. The one that I had a lesson about this, right? Listen attentively to your partner's perspective. Show that you value their viewpoint by actively engaging in the conversation. You know that one. I had a whole lesson on it. But it ties in here, so that's why it's here too. Number 5. Avoid the blame game. Okay, I talked about it a little bit in the last lesson. Focus on the objective rather than
this isn't bad.
This is very normal. Very normal way to handle things.
Now, what does he say for the next 15 minutes?
Yeah. How does it go for 15 minutes? Because this is like
way ahead.
Because this is very normal, solid stuff.
Childhood on, we're taught to lie with our faces, okay? So there's a reason why the face is not the most truthful one. That being said, nobody's taught you to lie with your legs and feet. Things like stress, fear, happiness, joy, nervousness, subservience, awkwardness, confidence can all show from your feet, right? Your feet and your legs, okay? Even anger, you think, right?
So he's talking about how all of your emotions, deceit, anger, and everything show in your feet. Thoughts?
I've never looked for them there, so I can't disprove that.
Yeah, I guess in his defense, I cannot say no.
It's so true, you're right.
I've never tried to see if that's right.
He could be really correct.
Yeah. I feel like we got a lot out of this course, and
my bowl is there's a crack in the bottom. It's starting to flow.
Yeah,
it's starting to flow.
Oh, I can tell.
Yeah, no, I know.
I'm gonna walk into my house. Monique's feet are gonna be like crossed. And I'm gonna be like, "Fuck,
shit! I'm a bad husband.
Damn it! I gave you too much money." Get your dad on the horn.
Fucking hoflation.
Okay, wait. The last thing we have to watch is something about cocky funny.
Cocky funny. How to use it.
The saddest truth ever. I remember when I was 18 and I said I want multiple women and not to use money to build it. I was told I was insane. Now it's like the fucking Uber story. They said you couldn't do it. That's the logistics.
You can't build a harem of women without money.
Oh God, 10 years from now I will be the most known and the best dating coach on the planet. Reality is clay in my hand and I build what my mind sees. Most people can't do it.
He's like the Warhammer orcs.
He is like the Warhammer orc. Why has that changed so drastically? I help 6- and 7-figure business owners with dating.
No, because those are the ones who can afford his course.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense then.
There's another thing, and these are all, I really want to interview him. He talks so much about, if you're a guy like me who grows businesses, are you growing a single business outside of this dating course?
Yes.
All right.
All of them.
Every business.
Over 1,000 women, where do they all rank? It's like a 1,000-person tier list. That would go.
That'd be incredible.
That's a lot. How do you rank the different ethnicities as far as dating?
He's ranking ethnicities.
Let's go into it.
Oh, that's.
Wait, is he actually?
That's what he said. He said, "How do you rank all the different ethnicities?"
Oh my God, what?
How I'm going to rank them? The way I'm going to rank them. At the absolute horrid fucking worst tier, it's going to be...
What's his number one?
Western culture, white women.
So he said the god-awful lowest tier, Western culture, white women.
Now keep in mind, Alpha Dom has 2 American white women.
When was this? 6 months? He literally in his course told us not to say white Western women are bad.
No, he's not saying they're bad. He's just saying on the totem pole.
He did call them god-awful, though, for what it's worth. Okay. I also really appreciate, he's talking about himself in the third person. He goes, keep in mind, Alpha Dom has 2 American white women currently. Which is pretty cool.
It's gotten worse.
This was only 6 months ago. The course was 2 years ago.
I feel like he's
changing.
1 and 2 of the very rare fucking exceptions.
Yeah, he does not like American women.
Watching this doesn't mean I don't like you. Maybe you're one of the exceptions, but most of the white... I mean, just look at them. White women are playing the victim card when they have no reason to be the victim, but they play the victim card in order for other races? Ugh. Yeah, I want to fucking, for 10 hours before sex, fucking listen to you fucking tell me why every other race is fucking suppressed or oppressed. Like,
his course was a different man.
Off enough, and then you will literally become racist. I've shown it a million fucking times on my TikTok. In the second to the bottom tier, it's going to be African American women. Sorry. That's where you girls are at.
Wow.
First off, I know you're in America, and I know eating is a thing here, but please, for the love of God, your ancestors were rails like me. They were so attractive. And number two, you're way too fucking aggressive out the gate. Like, don't get me wrong.
Holy.
Like, I've dated like East and West African women, and they're just fucking like super hardcore aggressive, but they know where to fucking bend the knee. And you're like 600 pounds of fucking, I don't want to bend the knee. No, I'm sorry. Training with blades for longer than I can fucking remember, and I've survived 3 knife attacks and a fucking gunshot because of my expertise in knives.
What? Just pause real quick.
Calm down. Like, you gotta
This is upsetting.
What the fuck happened?
Fucking menace.
Wow. That got upsetting.
What is the whole blade section?
I don't know, you're just like, I've trained in blades for years.
Yeah, I survived 3 knife attacks.
Gunshot.
That sounds like maybe his harem was fighting back.
That's what he's talking about with fleeing.
Yeah.
We don't want to interview you anymore.
Wow.
Actually,
I'm still curious to see what his life is like.
Yeah, I am
want to
too.
know what the real life person is behind what he's putting
I'm
forward.
just now worried. He's a human weapon.
That's true.
That's true. He has trained with the blade.
That's true.
So as long as you keep him away from any kind of sharp objects, you guys
Yeah,
should
we'll
be
sign
safe.
a truce for like 3 days where there's no physical
No
confrontation.
Bushido.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I believe you that you're good with blades. I don't need to prove it.
All right, I'm back to wanting to do the interview. You're right. So we'll go over, the day in the life. But the icing on the cake, you have to prove that you can stop knife attacks and a bullet.
Bring Dale out to come train
We'll
with
do
him.
it safely. I'm not going to shoot at you.
I already know how it's going to go. You're going to shoot a bullet at him. He's going to have the sword and just go...
But imagine the bullet breaks apart.
Sliced in 2.
Oh,
that'd be crazy.
Beautiful.
This
Are
was...
we continuing?
I just have to know where it goes. I have to.
Fucking, please, for the love of God, stop with the shanking. Ranked number 4 from the bottom are the Asian Americans that are 3rd generation and beyond. Puerto Rican, hardcore mom bods at like 25. AKA somebody who has dated multiple, was even married to a Mexican. So, I mean, she was an albino. She was a rare breed. She was an albino. You've seen her if you watch some of my videos.
You said he was married?
Videos.
Yeah, he said he was
Asian
married.
European women are going to be up next.
I do think he needs to go back and watch his own course
I
because
agree.
he'd be like, "Wow,
Yeah.
I wonder what he would say about his own videos."
I think he'd shit on his.
He would shit on his. He would shit on his.
I'd
course.
like a refund.
Oh.
Now in the video where I talked about this, where I was landing a Victoria's Secret model, don't fucking come in my comments if you never landed a Victoria's Secret model, because I did with that line. Now a lot of you who are dumb.
All right, I can stop there. He's talking about the Victoria's Secret model that he's landed, which we all know. We met her. We know her.
We know her.
We've seen her.
I don't understand the fall off.
Well, when you work with that much power, sometimes it can
He
corrupt.
warned us.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yeah.
He had too much pussy in too short a time.
Absolute pussy corrupts.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Good point. I feel like this was eye-opening and worth $200.
I think we got our money's worth.
I really do.
It was a sad conclusion because there was some kind of deterioration of his brain that happened over the course of 2 years, because his video seminars that you paid $200 to access are very different than the current specimen you see absolutely blabbering nonsense on TikTok and YouTube Shorts. Because right now his big thing is about being the big ticket alpha male and like ranking the ethnicities of the imaginary women he's dated over the course of his life. And his courses, he actually does talk about normal stuff sometimes, whereas when we were going through like his modern TikToks and YouTube Shorts, none of that DNA is there anymore, at least not from any of the ones that we saw or found. It almost feels satirical to a certain extent, but he does it earnestly. So like that whole discussion that he talked about with his mastery of the blade, that is the epitome of the Reddit fedora wearing meme. The Discord moderator, Discord super shinobi, that kind of thing. Like, he embodies that, and he unironically discusses shit like that. Because we did a bit of a deep dive to see if he was making like a joke, if he's just playing a character. He's not. This is him. Now, I would be very curious, as would Danny and Matt, to see what he's like in real life. Because I get the feeling he is just jumping from trend to trend, because 2 years ago, these pickup artist guru courses were flying off the fucking shelves like it was the sequel to the Bible. People were desperate in purchasing these things. Now, not so much, so he's pivoted into doing kind of like almost rage-baity content for TikTok and YouTube to, like, I guess, put on this front of being like, yeah, women are so easy to fuck, and that's kind of like all they're good for. I got like so many fucking women, I collected my Pokemon cards. Like, that's his new thing. So, as Matt and Danny said, we'd really love to, like, have a day in the life of Alpha Dom. Would love to see the master at work, because he talks about how easy it is for him to just collect women and put them into his ranks. Supposedly has 7 women currently. Would love to have the keys to the kingdom, have access to that harem and interview them to see what they say about this whole ordeal. But the last time I proposed this, he said that I need to sign an NDA or some shit. I'm foggy on all the details because it's been almost a year, which is still the dumbest thing, to sign an NDA with Alpha Dom where I won't talk about the women I see him having, which almost sounds like a criminal enterprise, like he's locking them up as prisoners of war. But you know what? This time around, we'll all sign the NDA. Let's see it in action, Dom. I am so fucking curious. I can't promise I'll be, stay true to the NDA, because I would love to be able to discuss the things that we learn, but we'll at least toy around with the notion of your stupid fucking NDA. So anyway, $200 down the shitter for sure on this experience, but had to know what it was like. I haven't actually purchased one of these courses from these goofballs, and now that I have, it's been pretty eye-opening stuff. Like, again, the course, a lot of it was just him saying normal things sprinkled in with brief moments of insanity and lunacy, but it wasn't egregious, not like he, in his current state, his final evolution here, his digivolution. Like, back in the courses, he was a lot more normal than he is now. So it wasn't even, like, the worst advice in the world, especially when it comes to, like, conflict resolution. Like, the way he talked about it, for the most part, was pretty solid. I don't know what the fuck has happened to him. That'd be something very interesting to explore. But anyway, yeah, overall, not worth $200 at all, by any means. That's about it. See ya. There are more podcasts on YouTube than there are stars in the night sky. Everyone has been convinced that they're a unique, special little butterfly and that their insight is invaluable. And now that there's so much easy access to recording equipment, everyone gets this insidious little idea planted deep in their noodle that it's time to start a podcast. And my God, I tell you, it's a plague. It's a disease, a virus that's infecting the mind of the most insecure and insufferable people of all time. For some reason, once that AT 2020 touches their hand, they just scream their insecurity from the mountaintop with authority, proudly. And it blows my mind, but I've never seen insecurity projected quite like what I'm about to show you today. So I am still shocked that he hasn't scrubbed this podcast episode from the entire cyberspace, just wiped it from the internet. Like, if this was a clip of mine, I would have paid every penny I have to my name in order to ensure this never sees the light of day again, that this clip stays buried, like the fucking Millennium Puzzle from Yu-Gi-Oh! It is that embarrassing. Like, you couldn't lock me up in Guantanamo Bay and torture this clip out of me, and yet he still has it on his channel. So the podcast is like a bootleg Fresh and Fit, where they just get a bunch of women together and ask them stupid questions and then rate each other's beauty. And then he gets really offended, like visibly upset, and I really thought he was going to start bawling his eyes out, crying in the fetal position. And I've watched a couple of their episodes now because I was curious if this was like an isolated thing. But no, this is pretty common. This is like a staple in their show from what I can tell, where they just have this section where they ask the women that they bring on to rate their beauty, rate the podcast host's beauty.
Listen, ladies, we're rating just off physical appearance, just off beauty, okay? Same standards. Trust me, we're not going to get hurt, okay?
That's the biggest lie ever told since the time Kellogg's tried to convince the world that sugar doesn't make you fat. So, the segment is Rate Our Appearance, basically, which is some actual middle school, literal baby brain man-child behavior shit. That is insecurity at its finest, to have the women you bring on as guests Rate your appearance. That's so stupid. I'm surprised they don't also play Spin the Bottle and Truth or Dare. And maybe they do. I've only watched a couple of their episodes. But he says that they're not going to get offended with the ratings. Well, do I have news for you?
All right, cool.
Stop being delusional. What the fuck?
All right, so now what I want you to do is, ladies, real quick, don't fucking waste my time. Rate the guys. Do me a favor, Josh. Stand up real quick, man. Everybody look at him once, man. He's not going to stand up again, all right? So I want you to rate me, my co-host, and then our fucking producer. Go from 1 to 10, just off beauty. Go.
When he does these sections, it really seems like he's some kind of basketball coach who's really upset at the team. Like, he gets very aggressive with all of it. Like, don't waste my fucking time. Listen, we're going to do the drill right now. We're going to do it right. So stand the fuck up, Josh. Look at him. Now spin around, Josh. Okay, good. Drop your pants, Josh. Good. Now rate everything you just saw. Now, don't waste my time. Like, I don't know why he gets, like, so upset even before they hear ratings. Like, he immediately goes into these sections combative. And I watched the whole episode up until this point. Like, he's pretty blunt and like very much so most of the time. But when it gets to this one in particular, he's like angry. Like, even before anything happens, he's already angry.
Speaking to the fucking mic.
I would rate you.
First, you're rating me, and then him, and then him. Go.
I'll rate you a 7.
All right. What is he?
I'll rate you an 8,
All right.
and I'll rate Josh an 8 also.
Okay. What about you? Go.
I would rate you a 8.
Okay.
9.
Okay. Come on, he just fucking stood up, bro. Like, come on.
I don't even know what he's getting upset with here. She only took like an extra 2 seconds to take another look at the guy. It's like he just lost a gold split in a speed run to this extra 2-second time loss. Like, it's not that big of a deal. I don't know why he's so on edge. It seems like he just really hates the guests that they bring on. Because when he's talking to his boys, he's like much more jovial and joking and smiley. But the second the conversation shifts to the rest of the class here, like the group of women over there, he turns into like a drill sergeant and starts getting extremely serious and loud. So I don't know why they even bring on women to this podcast when they don't even really want them there. And I also don't know why women keep agreeing to go on shows like these, because half the time it's them just like saying, you're not good looking and shit like that. Like, right after this rating section of rating the podcast hosts go through and rate all the women. And they literally give them 2s, 3s, and 4s. And make sure that they know that the hosts don't find them attractive. So I don't really get why women keep signing up for this shit just to get insulted by podcast hosts, and they don't say anything or do anything. Like, the women will insult each other sometimes. Like, they don't ever push back against the hosts at all, so then they just walk away looking silly from all of it. Like, all of it is just a net loss for the women that go on these shows. I don't know why they keep doing it.
I would say 9.
All right. What about you over there? Go.
2.
Okay.
I would give him a 9.
Okay. What is she over there?
I would give him a 10 because he invited me.
All right. So again, you sound like a stupid ass bitch. I'm trying
Thank
to figure
you.
out why you rated me a 2, because we're not going off our interactions. We're going off beauty.
I don't
right?
like lights.
I don't give a fuck. He's light skinned just like me, and you just gave him a 9. You gave me a 2. You only gave me a 2 because of the whole interaction that we've been having, right? So do me a favor, get the fuck up and get the fuck out.
Thank you.
Yeah, get out.
Spoken like a man whose feelings weren't hurt at all and wasn't offended by the 2 rating. So he tries to justify it with, you only rated me a 2 because we had a disagreement earlier, which I guess they did, but even still, this is an extreme overreaction to getting rated a 2. The insecurity is palpable. You can fucking taste the salt here.
So what the fuck?
Stupid ass bitch. Make sure she gets her bag and phone too. Make sure she doesn't take the wrong fucking phone, dummy. All right, cool. So now, again.
You can actually hear that lump in his throat start to form from all the emotion building up inside of him. Get out of here, stupid bitch. Hey, make sure she grabs the right phone and not someone else's phone, because she's so dumb she probably won't know which one's her phone. Dumb idiot. She's real stupid. You're stupid. I'm a 2. No, you're a 2. Unsurprisingly, this turned their own community against them for the episode. A lot of the chat messages pop up on screen, so you're just seeing things popping up saying like, damn, just because she gave you a 2, what the fuck? Or something like this where it's like, thought you wanted your show to last. Like, come on, man. It's because it's ridiculous. It's very clear temper tantrum over getting a 2. If you were someone that was actually getting pussy, if you were really slamming ham and glazing donuts, You wouldn't care if one girl didn't find you attractive or rejected you. You wouldn't care. You would laugh it off like a normal person. So one girl gives you a 2 and it shatters your whole ego and you publicly melt down about it? That's such a bad and embarrassing look. And he tries to justify it, like I said, by saying, she only gave me that 2 because of our negative interaction from moments ago. Just pure huffing of copium.
We're just going off physical beauty, okay? Not what we've been talking about, not my fucking arguments, not on none of that, okay? I want you to rate me, him, and then him. Go.
Can you stand up for a second?
You didn't see me before the show?
Yeah, but I just forgot.
I mean,
Just stand. It's not that hard. Okay. You're an 8.
God damn it, bro. Go ahead, rate him.
Podcast is now turned into like a hostage situation here. All the women seem on edge, and I actually just can't believe they didn't leave after that. Like, again, I don't understand why women keep signing up for this shit. Like, no one seems to be having any fun there. The hosts especially don't seem to be having any fun. This guy's co-host seems miserable, but he does liven up it a little bit when he gets to rate the other women and gives them like 3s, 4s, and 5s and all that. But it's just so awkward and weird. The only explanation that I can come up with, the only rational way of explaining this, is that the reason women are signing up for this show or shows like it is because they're being paid for their time. So it's like an hourly wage just to go there and be insulted or bouncing stupid questions off of. That's the only thing that almost makes sense. Like, so they just come on here to play a game of grade my friend's appearance for 2.5 hours or whatever. I mean, really, someone summed up the situation really nicely in the comments. They said, podcast is called Unfiltered, yet kicks a girl out for her opinion. And that is just such a nice, concise way of breaking it down and the silliness of all of it. Again, I watched a couple episodes just to try and get like an understanding of the content. There's nothing there. Everyone seems miserable most of the time, or they bounce the dumbest questions around, and they always just do a grade our appearance thing, which, who wants to listen or watch that? Like, I as a viewer, let's say that I was a huge fan of this podcast, why would I want to keep seeing what women say about my podcast hosts? Like, why would I care? There's nothing there. There's no entertainment there, especially when one of them's super insecure about all of it, who's going to freak out if he doesn't get a 9. It just doesn't make any sense to me, so yeah, just wanted to talk about it a little bit. That's it. So yeah. Sigma male versus alpha male. What is a sigma male? Why sigma males are more attractive than alpha male. Alpha male versus sigma male.
Difference between alpha and sigma male. Hello guys, welcome back to Alpha
This
Show.
guy does not sound like an alpha male.
Change your life and
this guy sounds like an accountant.
Always wanted. Alpha men don't need much stimulation when they are in a group before they can be
Who
active.
actually like learns from this and believes it?
Require extra stimulation. They take orders.
Right.
They're generally mediocre and are low in the dominance hierarchy.
Of course.
Also, they don't get many women. Then there are
obviously
the alpha males who are in the top 20%.
Yeah, the
They're
gamers.
The ones who give orders. They often get very many women, but
too many women, I'd argue.
Many don't know
Need
about.
2 dicks as
They
an
are
alpha
the
male.
Sigma males and some alpha male traits. Courage, an alpha male is not without.
It really
fear.
must be tough
Nobody is
being a
fearless,
young man
We all
growing
have
up with the
fears and
internet, getting fed
insecurities
shit
that are
like
not
this.
controllable. But the alpha male can push on in a specific direction despite his fears.
But at least it
He may
gives
be
you plenty of
scared that
things
his
to
new
blame,
business
like
will
damn, I
fail,
can't help
but
it, I was
that
born
won't
a Sigma
deter him
male.
from trying.
Damn
He
you,
may be afraid
dad's
that the pretty
nutsack.
receptionist will turn. He won't
The
have a
reset league.
meltdown.
Okay, well that's pretty boring. Why is this called Alpha Show? This guy definitely falls into the Sigma male category, I would argue. How to be a beast in bed, 18 proven steps. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I don't know him personally, but I don't think he's followed any of the steps.
A channel that will completely change your life from negative to positive.
Finally, an
As
alpha
the person
male
you always
representation.
wanted to be. After this video, you will learn practical
Looks like the kind of
steps
guy
on
that
how
the
to turn
football team
any
would pay to
girl
do their homework.
crazy in bed. More to do with how you, as a guy, approach sex, rather than doing something extraordinary.
You gotta treat it like a
that you
chess
must have
match.
seen in a porn movie
Gotta scholars
or
mate her
read on a
pussy.
blog.
They love
More
that.
so, you don't need to what
Thanks
porn
to Tier
does
1
to your
Greece
brain
and the Reset
to learn
Mountain
the
Man.
negative
So to be a
impact
beast
that
in bed, you
pornography
have to
has
stop
on our
watching porn.
well-being and brain.
That's
Porn
step
doesn't
1,
usually
yeah, but there's
teach
18
you
steps.
how to
Oh,
satisfy a girl in
18.
bed and how to enjoy sex.
Yeah, I
It
just got to the
merely
first
has an
one.
effect that how it sets you behind in being the best version
Well,
of
this is just
yourself.
good advice in general,
Drugs
not about
include
being a beast in
addictive
bed, just no
substances like
drugs.
coffee, significant amounts of
What's he
sugar,
gonna say next? Eat your
marijuana,
vegetables?
alcohol, but the evil it does are more psychological and
Evil?
it's affecting many men today. Masturbation depletes your
Evil,
resource,
huh?
as I've explained in my no-fap
Step
challenge
4 is gonna
video
be
series.
accept the Lord as your
Oh, a
God.
no-fap
Belief that
challenge.
women aren't as sexual sexualism. There is still a dominant belief that women don't enjoy sex as men do, or that they don't want sex frequently. That's falsity.
See,
When
you're
you
now
learn to
corroborating
sexually
his
open up to your girl,
bulletproof
then you will be amazed at the
18
depths of
steps.
voraciousness of her. Similarly, adjust your speed as you go about ravaging her.
This guy
Try
is
to make
definitely
the
getting a
woman
semi-chub
aware to
making
find
this.
out what arouses her more. Things.
How are you
For
supposed to be
instance, even if you
explorative
two are not
if
close to
you
the
can't watch
beach,
porn?
ask her to wear sexy
Get
beachwear,
ideas.
including
Because you can
swimsuits
watch
and
Alpha
bikinis.
Show.
You can
can
explore
watch
many
YouTube?
options.
Yep.
If you guys have
He's
always
gonna
been into
teach you
gentle
all you need to
lovemaking,
know.
Try the rough. Number 14, appreciate her with generous praise. Everyone
You
probably
look beautiful
has
this
some kind
morning.
of
High
insecurity or
fives.
hang up about their body.
Doing great.
Good
Simply
wetness.
human nature, or at least it will help you last longer in bed. Which method do you
Well,
think is
I've become a
proven
beast
most
now.
effective for you? And just before I
Now I've done it.
We shall be beasts in bed.
Yep.
After marriage.
Thanks to the lessons learned here today. How to
There
make
you
a
go,
girl
make her
horny.
wet.
How to make a girl instantly horny. How to make any girl wet and horny. Oh, this is just a more improved version of this. Why have this without the wet? How to become Sigma male, rarest male type.
It's Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
You first have to make her want to fuck you. Is that correct?
No,
Of course
no,
it
no,
is,
no, no.
Which is why today I want
That
to
never
give you a
works.
few treats. Number 1, let her know you want to fuck her. A lot of men
Oh, that's
simply
easy.
think that they need to be sneaky.
Hello,
about their
ma'am. I am
intentions
approaching
or
you
they'll
with
scare
fuck
the girl off.
intentions.
But attempting to
Do you
trick her
reciprocate?
into or on her shoulder while you are out in public is a subtle but assertive
okay.
way of letting her know
How about just a spank on the cheeks and tell her good game?
Number 2, for a few seconds, start to caress her teeth with one hand and work the other slowly on.
Did I miss a step, or are we doing this to a stranger? Hold on, let me just double check. I'm not trying to catch a charge.
Source, but oftentimes the problem is that she's simply too insecure about her body.
Ah, yes, that's the only reason she doesn't want to fuck you. God, if only I could fuck this Redditor. But I'm just too insecure. He's too good for me.
And the way you carry yourself for the hours or minutes leading
You
up
too
to
can be a
sex
superhero.
make or break your chances
All you
of
need to
getting
do is
show her
hypnotize
how
women
hard
or
you can
something.
make a girl. But I'll give you some time to try this
That was
set of
nuts.
tips.
I feel too strong now. There's not gonna be any women left in the world. Good God. Well, I've learned a lot. Alright, maybe time to switch to another channel, but I always love this rabbit hole of like the alpha males on YouTube, led by the furthest thing from alpha males. Keep in mind, alpha male is a thing that doesn't exist. It's just dumb fucking garbage. I read books for at least 15 minutes per day for 30 days. Whoa, wait a minute, whoa, Jesus. What? He's uncaged! Bad drivers of South Carolina? Yeah, in a minute, hold on. I'm enjoying the rabbit hole, but I want to change the channel. I want to stay in this rabbit hole of alpha male, pickup artists, and shit like that. Quite a few things came up from typing in Sigma versus alpha male, so this is why Sigma males are more attractive than alphas. There's like a video essay on that topic, sounds like dog shit. I don't really care to watch a video diary on it. Sigma spirit, how to tell if you're truly Sigma. What does that mean? Am I Sigma?
Welcome to Sigma Spirit.
Hey, man.
This is Alex, aka Alejandro.
Hey, man.
Aka Maxwell Bridgewater.
Was that your,
AKA
like,
Sigma
GTA
Spirit.
RP
Welcome to
character?
the Sigma Spirit channel. In today's video, we're going to talk about alphas versus sigmas. Goes back to that old cliche about comparing apples and oranges. You can't really compare sigma males and alpha males.
Why?
In many ways, alpha males are polar opposites to sigma males.
Uh-oh.
But not always. You see,
Wouldn't that be a beta male,
sigma
though?
males
God.
are never truly in contention with alpha
So
males.
confusing.
Would very, very rarely ever take an MMA match. That said, alphas are different from sigma males.
Okay,
but in
let's
more
skip.
ways than one. Sigma males are self-reliant.
Okay.
They don't need it because there's a system around them.
I bet this guy shits on astrology, like the people that believe in zodiac signs, and then goes around preaching about Sigma males and the signs you're a Sigma male, and your Sigma male horoscope. But it's not hurting anyone, but I do think it's sad if someone watches that and then starts to, like, believe the whole Sigma, Alpha, Omega, Beta male shit. Wow, YouTube read me like a book. All I typed in was how to be, and the first thing is alpha male, and the second is alpha. Damn, they're on it right now. How alpha males act. Bye. God, that's cool. Holy fuck.
I get a lot of hate for talking about alpha males so much, but let's face it. Men who can project the vibe of an alpha are incredibly desirable. There's no way around this. Most people, when they hear the word alpha, tend to think of some perfectly sculpted, almost godlike human being that has no flaws and never does anything.
Oh my god, he drew me!
It's actually far from the truth of how alpha males really are.
Oh, it's so sweet!
And despite what you might have been told, alpha males are not
it came out of nowhere
in every situation that they encounter. And there are many times where they are actually less than alpha. But
Fuck
instead of
yeah.
pretending that they don't
Never
have
mind.
flaws, alpha
The
males
video's
actually
right.
acknowledge these
Give
flaws,
that a
which
like.
is what makes. Now, the truth is that a lot of guys have some issues with confidence and self-esteem, especially in certain situations. And one of the greatest fears that many of us have,
Look at this guy. Not alpha. Not alpha.
Acknowledge their flaws, especially
he'll never get with her. Look at those titties.
What makes them alpha.
Those are alpha
men are those
milkers,
who
not
constantly
beta.
try to hide their weakness, but our fears in pretty much every situation are completely irrational.
This
And
is
for most of
boring.
us,
When
one
do
of
I
our
get the
greatest fears is
fucking
being a
shit?
huge spider that was like this.
Top 5 habits of alpha males from How to Beast. Yeah. Hey, Dom. Fuck yeah. Dom is a parody of alpha males while simultaneously being the most alpha of all of these fucking douchebags. Alright, I hope this is a good one. I'm going in. This is like semi-animated. I'm putting some faith in you, man-telligence.
Gentlemen, today we're showing you
That's not even an alpha male talking to me.
help you 10 tips
Who's this guy? Your boyfriend?
Make your approach. And
He looks
you want to
weak.
be 100%
Pussy?
sure. And one of the best ways to do that is to start with a simple, low-stakes game to get you warmed up and talking.
the fuck
now,
are you
who's
talking
ready to
about?
play? The goal is simple. The point of this game is to keep the pressure.
Oh,
low.
I see. I thought you were like challenging them to a duel or
Talk to
something.
whoever you
Go down the pickup artist rabbit hole. I think I've seen every shitty pickup artist that has ever existed on YouTube. That has been one of my biggest guilty pleasures. I love pickup artists on the platform. They're so good. Like, so fucking good. Kristen Valentine pickup lines. The best Christian pickup lines. This?
Oh,
Thanks
what's
to Resub
your
Absolute.
Ananias and Sapphira. Are you Sapphira because you're drop dead gorgeous?
This is 1 John.
Okay, I'm guessing this is like a skit. Best picking up girls. Best pickup lines. Best of limitless EXP. Jesus Christ, it's double XP weekend over here at the pickup artist headquarters? And I missed it?
How's it going, guys? Also, I'm doing a giveaway at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. Also, if you guys
Is he just giving away girls' numbers that he's picked up?
Code real quick in
That'd be
case you guys need a video.
Oh, I know Drain Cleaning Rabbit Hole.
Excuse me, ladies? I just wanted to let you guys know that if I had $1 for every time I saw the most beautiful girl in the world, I'd have none. Dad! Mom!
God, this shit is always so bad.
Dad?
I wish that prank channels never got popular. It's just such a public nuisance. It's so fucking dumb. I've said for months now, many moons, that Andrew Tate is one of the most entertaining clowns the internet has to offer. But today, the circus finally closed. Andrew Tate and that zit that has latched himself on to Andrew Tate like a leech, Tristan, his brother, have both been arrested on human trafficking charges. The clip of Tate being escorted to the police vehicle instantly went viral, and I really love how the officers are dressed in this video because it looks like they're ready to fight the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but then it's just this goofy goober Andrew Tate. Now, this isn't Tate's first rodeo with human trafficking charges, but last time he just blamed it on swatting, calling it all just fake and a hoax, and all the meat riders that attached themselves to Andrew Tate's butthole like a hemorrhoid, of course, wrote this off as corruption and a bunch of baloney. But now it's happening again, and this one seems a lot harder to just dismiss. But you know what they say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, well then you're just breaking out of the matrix, am I right, hustlers? The Hustlers University is what Andrew Tate is most famous for. You pay $50 a month for a Discord server, which is the most pathetic thing on the planet, and I think adds to the comedy of Andrew Tate and all of his fans. And in that godforsaken Discord server, it acts as like Alcoholics Anonymous, where people just hype each other up and tell each other their problems with not getting laid or not being financially stable, while getting lectures from people that aren't even Andrew Tate on the most basic stuff imaginable. They hype themselves up as top G alpha males, but they're pissing away $50 a month to learn basic drop shipping techniques and how to do push-ups. I'm gonna let all of you in on a secret. Even the people that are very successful that like Andrew Tate are not stupid enough to be paying $50 a month for advice you can find on WikiHow. It is so embarrassing. It's a scam, and you're not in on it. You're the victim, and yet you're so brainwashed you continue to swallow his whole meat for it with a smile on your face. He is preying on insecure men, and he is doing everything he can to keep you a virgin. When you're a virgin, you're a Hustlers University student. When you're a virgin, you're an Andrew Tate supporter because he's feeding you things you want to hear and you're taking it as, you know, telling it like it is. Meanwhile, you're unhappy and still not getting laid. And he's also giving you bad financial advice because when you're making money, you'll learn that everything he's saying is fucking worthless. So he needs to keep you just broke enough to afford the $50 a month that you're wasting on his awful, awful techniques and awful advice. Andrew Tate's entire business and career relies on you being insecure and financially unstable. So obviously he doesn't actually want you to succeed. You're just paying money for hopium. Snap out of it. You leaving Hustlers University is you leaving the Matrix, goddammit. Just think about all the money you'll save not paying for that shit. You could afford a gym membership. Then you could access free information for workouts online that'll actually give you results. You can get big and strong like me. This is very long-winded. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked because we're talking about Andrew Tate and it's such a wacky situation. I couldn't help but throw all this in here. But yeah, Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate, they've been arrested on human trafficking charges following an investigation that's been ongoing for quite some time. And the way that they actually apprehended him is extremely silly. It all ties back to a Twitter argument he had with a teenage girl. I'm sure you've all seen it. It was very public. He made this statement to Greta Thunberg about the emissions and his supercars and all that. And then she responded with a dunk on him that went viral. It's one of the top 25 most liked posts on all of Twitter right now. It's got about 3 million likes and counting, basically just saying he has small dick energy in response to what he said to her. And this sent him into meltdown mode. He very clearly got a bit hurt by this response, and one of his immediate tweets after this was talking about having sex with her, where some fucking lunatic on there is like, Andrew Tate and Greta need to fuck already. And he just responded saying she isn't ready, which is super creepy and weird, just actual degenerate shit here. And when I first read this, I thought this was just full mask-off pedophilia. I didn't realize Greta Thunberg was 19. I thought she was still like 16 or something. So when I read this conversation, I thought they were just openly talking about fucking kids. Like, I had lost my marbles for a second. I had to Google to make sure that these weren't just two people admitting to being pedophiles. But yeah, it turns out that she is 19, but that doesn't make it any less awful to say shit like this. But all of this stress of being dunked on in such a big way was clearly very taxing on the smooth brain of Tate. So he then made a response video. And it's a very cringe response video. I actually think they should have slapped on an additional charge for cringe. He should have been hit with human trafficking and overwhelming plus ultra fucking turbo cringe because this response video was abominable. Anyway, he made this video, posted it out there, big smile on his face, super excited. I'm gonna get the last laugh. You don't dunk on me. I come in here and I fucking dunk on you. But then a new slam and jammer entered into the equation. The Romanian authorities. You see, in this video, he made a mistake. He included a pizza box from a Romanian pizza place, which let the authorities know that he was still in the country. So, after realizing that, they tracked him down and arrested him today. The authorities gathered all the evidence they needed, and because Andrew Tate couldn't fight the urge to publicly argue with a teenage girl on Twitter, they got him and his brother. It's almost poetic in a sense. He got finally taken down because he just absolutely couldn't fight his own ego. It's a guy who gets a lot of credit for being smart despite being an absolute fucking buffoon. Like a legitimate goddamn troglodyte. He made this emotionally charged, absolutely pathetic response video to try and look cool once again for his audience, and in doing so, he led the authorities right to him and his brother, who had been, I guess, evading them for quite some time. Pretty wild situation, honestly. He begged, he whined, cried, threw a tantrum, demanding he get his Twitter account back, and that ended up being the thing that put the final nail in his coffin here, it seems. Now, of course, we'll have to wait and see what happens with the charges and where this goes from here, but I think it's a little hard to explain away 2 instances of human trafficking with Andrew Tate here and raids on his property. That's not just a common occurrence. That's not something that just happens like a whoops-a-daisy. I guess it wasn't human trafficking. We made a mistake here. We got wires crossed. He's actually completely innocent. That's not something super normal. Of course, mistakes do happen when it comes to law enforcement, but human trafficking is one that doesn't pop up all that often. And I know a lot of people like to say it's just because Andrew Tate was so powerful and telling it like it is. He was revealing the truth and breaking out of the Matrix. What the fuck are you talking about, you goddamn idiot? All he was saying is like, oh, you need to treat women this way, and they're gonna treat you this way, and you'll get pussy this way. And you need to do this kind of drop shipping in order to make this kind of money. Like, that's not exactly something that the government's gonna have a huge issue with. Him feeding you bad information on getting pussy and bad information on making money. Like, he's not revealing any kind of crazy secrets that the government would try and come after him for. He's just an internet asshole. He's just a troll who found a way to milk money out of insecure dudes. That's not something that the big eye in the sky, you know, the man behind the curtain's gonna come after him for to silence him with false charges. This isn't some giant espionage movie. It's all pretty simple to follow stuff. Like, if you stop to think about it for a couple of seconds, it just doesn't make any sense why they would come after him if there's no real charges or any, like, real stuff, shady stuff going on. But yeah, the human trafficking charges are extremely concerning now. It's some very serious shit, and I've already seen some extremely hard cope from Andrew Tate's fans saying that human trafficking's not even a big deal anyway. Like, it's blown way out of proportion, or, you know, it's not a real issue, which is super alarming to read. Like, goddamn, to think human trafficking's not a big deal is mind-blowing. Very brain-dead stuff. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens now going forward since he's been arrested. We'll see what comes from it, but I still find it to be a wacky situation, and, you know, it's a little odd that it's happened twice now. So, yeah, pretty crazy stuff that I thought was important to talk about, and that's about it. See ya.